Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks, where today we will be discussing Criminal MaCabre, Spirit of the Demon, written by Steve Niles and published by Dark Horse Comics. It came out today. Steve Niles. You may have heard of him. He is the gentleman who wrote the graphic novels 30 Days of Night, which eventually became the movie. He's done a variety of other material, and one of his series is one of his characters is a guy by the name of Cal McDonald. He does it in prose form and in comics. Cal McDonald is a supernatural detective. He deals with all sorts of weird shit. The guy used to be a regular police officer in Los Angeles, but he has problems, like pills, booze, drugs. And he got kicked off the force because they found him in the front seat of his cruiser, high and sleeping. He has an assistant by the name of what is his name? Anyway, who is kind of like a Frankenstein's monster. And he doesn't really have a lot of money and just is hired to do stuff. Or gets involved in all these kind of supernatural stuff with the werewolves, vampires, ghosts. And in this book, you have him being questioned by the police. There is a priest who is missing. He is dead, and their lieutenant, the police lieutenant, is considered missing, and they knew that Cal McDonald had something to do with it. They're charging him with murder of the lieutenant, of the priest, and the lieutenant is hanging on to his life or something. And so he starts to tell the story of what happened. So he's hanging out outside of a bar and having a very bad night, as you can see, where he sees somebody come up in the alley, get into a fight, and stab somebody. That turns out that it is a priest. And that somebody is not human. And Cal confronts him, and he says, yes, that actually was somebody. I was doing an exorcism, accidentally opened up a portal to hell. I can't close it. So now I'm dealing with the after effects. And this is how he gets involved, and his police lieutenant gets involved as well. And one thing that Steve Niles does is it's not an ordinary detective story. It's not ordinary mystery. It's just, especially since it's supernatural, and it's not like a lot of urban fantasy stuff. This stuff can get dark, and it's violent, and there's also a lot of humor involved because Cal is kind of a I don't want to say loser because he knows what he's doing. He's smart about that. But he's down on his luck, and a lot of the stuff is just by the seat of his pants. And he'll make a plan, and it just goes to hell. So he has to work as things go, and that is the way this works. And so you have that, and you also have the interesting art style. He normally has different people writing, drawing, and but one of the normal people is Simon Kudransky, who does a very interesting style. It's kind of in focus, but not, which goes with the type of story that is going on. And so it suits the story. And I think that's one of the reasons Steve has him doing it. I mean, if you just look at this, it is so kind of dark and intense, sort of like the stories, and bloody, and I really enjoy the hell out of his stuff. And this is one of his more interesting stories. And so what happened, and then you have the story, and as a little bit of a bonus, it gets done, and it has process work. So you can see his script. So, you have each part of the panel and each part of the page going here, written down, and then you can see how it translates to the way it's drawn. So one, you can go from script to page, and it can also, if you're interested in writing comics, you can see how a professional does it. Now, I sort of like how this is done. And it is, I think, 72 pages all in total. Price point on it is $19.99. It is worth every cent. This is a very good story. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 and say pick it up. If you like horror, if you like 30 Days of Night, or kind of supernatural detective adventure type stuff, this is the type of story to get. So pick it up. It is worth the money. Anyway, let me know in the comments below whether you read it or not. And like, subscribe, most of all, enjoy your comics.